I embarked on a crazy project to build a 116 square meter house with used shipping containers. For 20 months I cut, I welded, I insulated, and above all, I struggled. We are a bit stressed about how it's going to go. Today I finally live inside it and I want to give you a tour. Let's go. Hello, come in. And we follow the stones. Well, welcome to my home. Let's start this tour from the beginning. So the entrance here, we come into the house and we come into this large room that is 75 square meters, which is clearly the main room of the house where we have the kitchen, the dining room. On the other side, the living room, I really wanted a very open room to be able to open my mind as well. However, the problem with large rooms is that you have to manage to partition them a bit. So here, to separate the living room, what I would do is that I would put a screen under my false ceiling with a shoe cabinet underneath to be able to sit down, get rid of your stuff when you arrive. This will provide more privacy to the living room while creating a small entrance hall. You can clearly see up there, we really have the separation between the three containers that form these 75 square meters. This separation, it will no longer be visible once I have done the finishes, since I will put a fake wooden beam over it to give a bit of this natural industrial look to the whole house. Overall here, I'm showing you a house where all the finishes are missing. I live in it, I've already set up a little bit, but the light design hasn't been done yet. This will also allow to separate the different rooms to bring the house to life. Of what? Don't be too demanding on that. There is still a lot to do. But before showing you these two rooms, which are, let's say it's 75 square meters, which are the main part of the house, I'll save that for the end to build suspense. First, I'll show you a very nice room. The toilets are essential. I'm quite happy with the result I managed to give to these toilets. Finally, I say I put. My partner and I tried it this weekend with good results, especially the green wall. We really want it to be in nature, even if it's a green wall of plastic plants. The facts still look good. And then we use self-adhesive wallpaper everywhere on the walls and also to make the fake bricks. It was easy to put on. We peeled off a strip, stuck it, and the result is pretty nice. And these are the first toilets in the house, because I have a passion for going to the toilet. And so there are second toilets just behind in the room next to the bathroom. So the bathroom, about 12 square meters, a large bathroom, which especially allowed us to have a second toilet. It was a long negotiation with my girlfriend, but it's okay, we can poop at the same time. It was very important. And especially when we enter, the centerpiece of the bathroom is the towel dryer from the Thermo brand. On the other side of the towel dryer, the magnificent shower that I struggled to make. Or me personally, I would have put a shower cabin, but my girlfriend insisted. Indeed, it's much prettier. We have a 90 by 5 feet 2 inches tray. If Parisians are watching, that's the size of your bathroom. But hey, we're in the countryside, we have space. Well, there are still some finishes to do, but I'm pretty happy. Notably, on the other side, we have the water heater with cold and hot water inlets. The home's entire technical setup is located here. Normally, this will be hidden by a beautiful curtain. It will come a little later. By the way, I made a video about the water heater. I invite you to go see how I installed all this, even for the plumbing. There are videos for each step of the house construction, so don't hesitate to go see them here. A magnificent mirror that enlarges the bathroom because 12 square meters, it wasn't big enough. And above all, it's actually the main lighting of this room. The mirror manages to illuminate the whole room. We also have an option to remove the fog when we go in the shower. It's quite practical. It allows to heat the mirror slightly and remove the fog on it, and especially this mirror. It has a second advantage. It allows to do at the same time, making new. That's a lot, Baptiste. And to finish, well, we have our 2 river stone basins, so that was really complicated. Because these are real stones that were in rivers that we cut in half and made into basins. The problem is that river stones, they are not all the same size, all the same shape. So I had to order 6 basins before finding 2 basins that were somewhat similar. Then, of course, the other vases that I returned them to Merlin, right? But there you have it. It was complicated to find, but I'm quite happy with this very natural result. Finally, the entire VMC circuit remains visible at the top, but it's quite faint and not very noticeable. And which allows to renew the air in the house, to suck up the stale air, and above all, to heat my hot water. So when I take a shower, it's super hot in the bathroom. But this heat, it is captured by my VMC. It heats up my water in my hot water tank, and it allows me to have really cheap hot water. I use minimal energy. Go check out my video on the subject. It's a really interesting system, and we'll continue the tour. We're going back to our space that serves as a corridor. In the end, I really try to optimize the whole house so as not to have any wasted space. We only have this place that delivers a lot of rooms, including the main bedroom. Aren't you expecting something crazy? I haven't done all the decor yet, but you'll see there's potential. The room is 14 square meters and we have a 180 centimeter bed right in the center. And most importantly, very practical, a bed that can be lifted with a storage box underneath. Yes, I've stored all my mess like that. It makes for a clean room for the video. There are still many finishing touches to be done. In particular, putting a fake wooden beam on the connection between the 2 containers. That will have to be done for all the connections throughout the house. I really want to actually put fake wooden beams everywhere to hide the connections between the containers. And then I will also have to make a huge headboard here with integrated lights. I'll let you look at the visuals that Magma Light has made. For me, that's going to look great. I just need to motivate myself to do it now. And here, I'm going to build a huge 2-meter wardrobe that will go up to the ceiling with sliding mirror doors. That way it will further increase the size of the room because yes, 14 square meters, it wasn't big enough. There you go. And then of course, some paintings and decorations, but I'll probably show you all of that in a future video. I think in 6 months, a year, I'll do a second tour once everything is well decorated. The room is currently empty, but has great potential. Let's see the next one. Leaving the bedroom, I arrive in the kitchen, ready to make breakfast. And what a pleasure it is to cook in a kitchen that is as huge and beautiful. Even if they didn't sponsor this video, I'm telling you because you're going to ask me, it's a so-cooked kitchen. It really looks good on me. The black, it leaves a lot of fingerprints, so I half regret it, but really it looks great. The central island really brings an incredible comfort, and in terms of storage, I really have enough to store anything and everything. I'm very happy. Integrated dishwasher, and above all, in fact, the most important piece of furniture in the entire kitchen is the pantry. Because I am someone who loves to stock up. The number of jars of fried onions that are in my drawer, can you guess? And there you have it. It really allows to have stocks and to have enough to eat. Yes, the black fridge, which I didn't embed because it was too expensive to embed, and I think it looks very good. The VMC above still helps to extract kitchen smells. Because, yes, you see, I didn't put a hood, but it's okay. I really have my VMC that extracts. I have a window next to it that allows for ventilation. For now, it hasn't caused me any problems not having a hood. I know many of you will say you need a hood here. There you have it. Honestly, it suits me very well like this. And I'll say it again, but always here. We're going to have a finish with a faux wooden beam and a beautiful connected light fixture above the central island and in front of the central island. Well, we have the dining room, which is I really wanted a dining room open to the outside. So we have two large bay windows that overlook my garden. It's theirs. In addition, a table of 200 centimeters by 90, it can accommodate 8 to 10 people, 10 people. It's maybe a bit optimistic, but there you go now. What I need to think about doing is putting caps on my wooden cladding when I do it outside to avoid the sun hitting too much in the summer, because in winter it's really practical. We are facing southwest, so we really, as soon as there is sun, it warms up the whole house. From here, on the other hand, in summer, as soon as there is sun, it warms up the whole house. So you really need to put on caps to allow the sun to come in during the winter when it is lower, but not to come in during the summer. I will come back to this in the next videos, but I am quite happy with this corner. It really gives the impression of being outside when we eat, and that was the goal. Let's now move on to the living room, which is also a room that I love. I love this tour, feeling like I'm truly Valérie Damidon, presenting a completely renovated house. Look, this magnificent painting, it's a very little known artist who did it, but I really like the painting. And we arrive in the living room with what will get a lot of views on this channel. A little cat, or at least the butt of a little cat. Here is a huge sofa, 3 meters, 40 long, because we need to occupy the space of this living room. We still have a living room that is about 30 square meters. A convertible sofa that can accommodate people, so the same. If you subscribe to this YouTube channel, I will invite you to sleep at my place. Maybe subscribe. You never know, we have a cat that needs a lot of cuddles. And then I know that I have made a lot of documentaries about low tech, about living soberly and all that. But yes, there is a 75-inch television. I need to be able to watch the videos we make to make sure it's beautiful. It's for your work, not mine. And so here is the living room, a bay window facing north, which allows you to see, well, the farmers who come to harvest the corn. But that's also what being in the countryside is like. And then behind me, a door that we will not open, because I want to preserve some mystery in this house. Maybe in a future video, but let's go far away. Let's not look at all this anymore. Back in the entrance, we have the electrical panel that will remain visible. I tried to make it as aesthetic as possible, including adding little labels. Well, there it is. I think it's still important that we understand the electrical operation of the house, so it's not a problem if it remains visible. It's an important element. And then in this cupboard, there is the heat pump, a heat pump that allows to heat the whole house. Through the false ceiling that you see then, we have vents, in fact, 2 that go towards the kitchen and the dining room, 1 towards the living room, and 1 in each room to heat, let's say individually, each space, depending on what I decide. I have thermostats everywhere. I can say it's 21 degrees 100 in the living room, and it will only activate the vent coming into the living room. So it's rather a very practical heating system that allows to heat these large spaces. We have 116 square meters in a fairly efficient way and without consuming a lot. Because it's a heat pump as well, I invite you to watch my video on the subject. The heat pump, the water heater, all the electrical appliances I use are very energy efficient. And I'm going to produce all of this with solar panels. Similarly, on the channel, there will be a lot of solar panel test videos because it's a great way to produce your own energy. So there you have it, really subscribe. We will cover all these topics together in the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching this tour. I don't know if it was interesting, if it turns out as you hoped. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments. I will try to answer them. I've already told you, but in 6 months, a year, I think I will do a part 2 to this tour to show you how it looks once I've done all the finishes, all the decoration. And I can already tell you that I am very happy with the outcome of this container house. And I hope you like it too, and that you will also embark on similar projects. If that's the case, you have the My Container House playlist with about 20 videos. So don't hesitate to go see that. It could be useful to you. It was Julian Malara who took off. See you very soon.